Readings with Miss Bernard. Well, hello friends, and welcome to another Book Readings with Miss Bernard. Today is day 3 of our Black History Month series. Today's story is titled, Your Legacy, a bold reclaiming of our enslaved history. Written by Schele Williams. Illustrated by Tonya Engel. Your story begins in Africa. Did you know Africans were the first people on the earth? Africa is a continent that is home to many countries and many thriving nations. For thousands of years, Africans cultivated their land and grew many kingdoms that were passed down from generation to generation. They dreamt of the day their land would be passed down to you. African people had great pride in their heritage and culture. Each nation spoke its own language and had its own identity and talents. They believed their skin was kissed by the sun and made many colors of brown to reflect all the beauty of the earth. Hello! Jambo! Assalamu alaikum! Sawubona! In the summer of 1619, ships from Europe arrived on the shores of Africa. European slave traders had come to take African people away. Although your ancestors did not want to leave their homes, they had no choice. All the people taken were put on ships for a very long journey. They had no idea where they were going, and they feared what life was going to be like in this new place. But your ancestors were determined to survive. When they finally landed in the Americas, they were surrounded by people from other African countries and Caribbean islands. All of these people were now called slaves. Your ancestors were immediately separated from one another and given new names. They were put into groups with other enslaved people who all spoke different languages. They were forced to do grueling work. Although they were strangers, they chose to love and protect one another as family. They needed to find a way to communicate with one another. It was their intellect that allowed them to combine all the languages they spoke to create a new one called Pidgin. They also found a new language they could share, music. Music was more than a language, it was a connection to Africa. Your ancestors sang songs from their homeland to hold on to their cultures and religions. They sang spirituals as prayers to help them survive. Their bodies became drums as they stomped and clapped the rhythms that connected them to their past. Music was a powerful tool for survival. It also became a powerful tool for escape. For some enslaved people, escaping meant secretly learning to read and write in English, sneaking food and spices from the kitchen to cook something special, or smuggling messages to someone they loved. Those actions were important, for every act of defiance was empowering and courageous. Sometimes escaping meant running away. Your ancestors wanted to be free again and to be reunited with their families more than anything. They wrote and sang songs with secret codes. Some songs were used to help them find family members. Others were used to discuss plans to escape or to help others on their escape routes to freedom. It was your ancestors' determination to survive that drove them to keep seeking ways to escape slavery, even though it was dangerous. 1. Harriet Tubman was an escaped slave who led more than 300 people to their freedom as conductor of the Underground Railroad. 2. Henry Box Brown shipped himself in a wooden container from Virginia to Philadelphia. 3. William and Ellen Craft boarded a train in North Carolina and escaped to the north. Ellen had light skin, so she cut her hair short and dressed in men's clothing. She wrapped her head in bandages to look like an injured white man. William pretended to be her servant. 4. Frederick Douglass disguised himself in a sailor's uniform and carried a free sailor's protection pass loaned to him by someone who thought he deserved freedom. 5. Robert Smalls worked on a steamer. When the white crew went ashore, Robert and the other slaves working on the ship took the boat and picked up their families at a special meeting place in the middle of the night. Robert put on the captain's uniform and sailed them all to freedom. Your ancestors were brilliant. They invented all kinds of amazing things. Joe Anderson invented the reaper, a wheat harvester. Nathan Nearest Green invented the master distiller. Henry Boyd invented the corded bed frame called the Boyd bedstead. Benjamin Bradley invented the steam engine large enough to drive the first steam-powered warship. Benjamin Montgomery invented the steamboat propeller. And Ned invented the cotton scraper. But they were not allowed to put their names on any of their inventions or to be paid for anything they created. Other people took credit for your ancestors' work and made fortunes. They passed down your inheritance to their families. But they could not pass down brilliance. That is your birthright. That innovation has never stopped. Look around and feel proud, knowing that it was the strength, hard work, and ingenuity of your enslaved ancestors that built and continues to define America. You are a part of that. 1. The blood plasma bank was invented by Charles Drew. 2. Automatic brake for trains was invented by Granville T. Woods. 3. Peanut butter was invented by George Washington Carver. 4. The famous black hair care empire by Madam C.J. Walker. 5. The ironing board was invented by Sarah Boone. 6. Jazz was invented by Buddy Bolden, Bessie Smith, Duke Ellington, Dizzy Gillespie, Billie Holiday, Count Basie, Miles Davis, Ella Fitzgerald, and many more. 7. Ice cream was invented by Augustus Jackson. 8. The mailbox was invented by Philip B. Downing. And 9. The carbon filaments for light bulbs, also involved in the invention of the telephone, was invented by Lewis Latimer. Wow. Your ancestors never forgot who they were and where they came from. They walked with grace and dignity. Their names match the many gifts they have given to you. Love, determination, courage, brilliance, intellect, dignity, strength, ingenuity, grace, your ancestors passed down the best of themselves. That is your legacy. All those years ago, they endured so that you wouldn't have to. They fought for their freedom and yours. They knew that freedom was the first step to equality. They have given you all the tools you need to grow the hearts and minds of every nation. Equality is the gift you will pass down to the next generation. Now take a deep breath. Close your eyes and receive your ancestors' love, intellect, determination, courage, brilliance, strength, ingenuity, grace, and dignity. They are a part of you. Honor them and their sacrifices. You are meant to do great things. Walk tall, hold your head high, and change the world. The end. Whew. What a powerful, powerful story of all that our ancestors endured so that we could have a better life for generations to come. All right, this has been another Book Readings with Miss Bernard. Happy Black History Month. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.